Guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's Simon down here at Oxford Golf Centre. New equipment to test and try, get my hands on. As we all know, brand new equipment that comes out every year will indeed help your golf no end. So that's why we're going to review it, we're going to have a look at it, we're going to have a look at the costs and whether you should try and purchase one of these bad boys or 6 of them this year. Let's get into the video. You may already have the Apex in the bag at the moment. That's the CF16. It did extremely well, especially when iClub fitted for it. It kind of was that all-round club in terms of low to mid to slightly slower, low handicappers. It fit quite well, felt good, looked good. Anything that's been produced in the last 5 years feels good and looks good. I don't think there's a single ugly iron. Comment below an ugly iron, because I don't think there's many of them. And if someone says this club here feels better than anything out there, they're lying. They're just lying. No one can tell the difference. I'd love to see a blind test of people testing the feel of irons, because no one can tell the actual difference. The only thing that came close this year for me was the Ping i500. That felt different. I wouldn't say better, but it felt different. I liked it, but that's not to say someone else won't like it. So when a club manufacturer goes on the site, this feels softer and feels better, I don't see how that is. That's such a perception. That's my opinion against your opinion. Just to say, we brought out the most good looking iron in the world. They've done a good job. It looks great, I'm not gonna lie. But that's just as good as saying this feels better than anyone else, because if I constantly hit the ball out the toe all the time, how can you say that feels better than me hitting out the toe of another iron? Rant over. Okay, let's hit a few shots. Let me talk about the numbers. Okay, so we hit 10 shots with it. I know that's not extensive, but I hit the ball pretty well for me, and we just hit 10 in a row just to get some kind of idea. Now, the Apex range is designed to have that forward, smaller head, but ultimate distance, very much like the Ping i500, same as your P790, that kind of range where the market definitely wants to have a player's looking iron, but obviously the forgiveness and the distance. That being said, let's have a look at how far I hit the little white golf ball. So we got a good amount of distance out of it, in terms of I even got 190 or one high 80s out of it. And on my bad shots, because I didn't hit these out all in the middle, I even thinned one, which I think was number 7. They were all consistent. If you look down the range, they're all around about the same size and shape in terms of dispersion, and that is what you want from an iron. You want an iron that's going to give you that kind of control, even on the bad shots. We're not tour pros, and even tour pros hit bad shots, so that is why you always want an iron that's going to do well when you hit a good shot. At the same time, you're not going to lose 60% of your distance if you hit a bad shot, i.e. blades. The one thing I would say, however, very similar to the Ping i500, is that it goes an incredibly high distance, and I should say high trajectory and distance. However, to say that you can then control and shape this club is ridiculous. I can't see how you could play a low cut or a high draw with this club consistently. It's just too powerful. The loft's too low. It's about 30 degrees, which is about 4 to 5 degrees lower than what a normal standard 7 iron used to be or would be on more of a blade. And to say that you'd be able to shape and control this is impossible. If you got a flyer with this iron, I would get 210 yards out of it. It's going to go an exceptionally long way. That being said, obviously I swing the club fast. I wouldn't get these irons for myself. However, this would be a great iron for that player that swings it between about 70 to 85 miles an hour. You're going to get a good amount of distance, a good amount of height out of it, and in terms of the forgiveness, it's going to feel good. That being said, when it came to the sound, I didn't like it. It sounded very clicky. It didn't feel like it was a forged iron head, whatever that means, as I made it apparent at the start of the video. But for whatever reason, when I was hitting it even out of the screws, like the middle, it came off more of the click rather than a thud. That's the only way I can describe it. As I said, the Ping i500 this year, when I hit out the middle, it felt effortless. It felt like it just sprung off the middle of the face and you had a slight orgasm. I didn't get this with the Apex. That being said, the consistency around the head, you're going to get that same click, so you're not going to necessarily know in terms of hitting a poor shot when you hit out of the toe hill. That could be a good thing or a bad thing in terms of feedback, but otherwise the fact that they say it sounds, or if people say it sounds great, it sounds okay, it sounds good. I wouldn't say it feels or sounds any better than the old CF16. Okay, so then that obviously leads me on to the question, do you buy the 19s or do you buy the CF16s? Tough question, and I think it's down to the person themselves. These look great. However, you shouldn't buy a set of irons, especially spend a lot more money on a set of irons because they look great. These also come in black as well, which I'll show you a picture of because they do look good. However, do not be fooled by looks, as we all know with women. Make sure you get the right set for you, the right shaft. Pros of buying this, you're going to get fitted more than likely for free if you go to your local pro shop or your American Golf or whatever it is. You're going to get fitted for free. You're going to know that set is right for you as long as the pro knows anything about golf clubs. That's not always the case. Lie, length, grip size, what shaft you should have in it, set makeup. Set makeup's very important. Don't buy 5 to pitching wedge just because everyone else has. If you never use a 5-iron, don't buy the 5-iron, alright? So yeah, set makeup's very important as well, which you can do with this. If you just buy it online and you go, which you're probably going to have to do now unless your local shop's got some old sets of the CF16s, which again, that might be great because you can test them. You're going to get them for about 500 to 600 quid brand new, probably about 300 quid second hand, and obviously these are 900 pounds. So there's big price points in terms of performance and everything else. If you have the CF16s in the bag at the moment, do not swap them for this. It will not give you anything more. Unless you want a bit more of a honeymoon period because you've got new irons, that's all it's going to do. There's no difference I see in feel, sound, distance, whatever. They're both good irons. The Apex range is a great set, that's why it's done so well, but at the same time it just looks nicer in my eyes. However, for what I said earlier, getting fitted, making sure that your peace of mind, if you're spending 600 or 900 pounds, there's still a lot of money. So making sure and giving yourself peace of mind that that set is perfect for you can go some way. That being said, if you can find a set or a second-hand set for 300 quid and it's perfect for you, then you are the lucky one. You did well. I'm happy with you. Hey guys, there's my review on the Apex irons. By all means, go and hit it, try it. You might like the sound and feel of these irons. As I said, I wasn't the biggest fan, and there's options. Going for the older model, saving a bit of money, and potentially they could be just as good if not better, or getting fitted for them. There's no right or wrong answers when it comes to golf clubs. You've just got to do what's right for you. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching the video. If I could talk, obviously I can't. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Catch you guys later.